Oh, I was posing. Sorry. I was posing.
Tackled me. You waved your pimp hand strong.
Sorry.
You want to scoot into the frame, Evans? I mean, sometimes for whatever reason. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, I just popped you guys out. Now I can see you. I wonder why it does that sometimes. All right, let's see who we got here. Hello, Stronger and Wiser. Andrea Dowling. Hello, I know you. Both names, I know. Hello, Christy Kincaid Norris, ACNC12. Apple Cakes, otherwise known as Nicole. Hello, Katie Kreller. Hello, Sarah Reed Spencer. Hello, Yvette. Taylor, Dana, can y'all hear that? Thunder. Hello, Tina Tunnel. I'm back. Hello, Kara. Yes. One Walter A. Evans. Hello, Al Bear. Hello, Susan.
Listen, you have to say our sponsor. It's there. You have to say, just read it verbatim. Okay.
I mean, verbatim of all that. That's the big point.
You have to.
Whatever. Hello, Al Bear. Hello, Susan Gould. Antoine. Excuse me. Hello, Chelsea. Hey, Michael Melkos. There he is. Renda, one of our very, very best customers. One of our very, very, very best customers.
You haven't even opened it yet? What is it?
It's ticking.
Who's it from again? I didn't hear you.
Renda.
Oh, I didn't hear you. This has now become a competition.
Oh, it's heavy, which means it's expensive. So we'll get into that too, Renda. Yes.
Do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea. No idea. Hello, Liz Key from Oregon. All right. We did a spot for, or an ad for, me and Dylan did for Reese's, which is, I didn't know it was from Oregon, but that's where it's from. That's where it's made. Hello, Emily. Sin. All right, guys. Hello, Yenny Dunbar. There's Julie's Overalls. It wouldn't be a podcast without Julie's Overalls. Hello, Brooksio. Deanna Todd. Or is that Todd Deanna? How do we know? Hello, Anna Tool. Yeah, smash it. Hello, Hector. Wasabi. We just sit here all night, just do bits with your names. All right, guys. Well, what do you think?
Diving in. Ready?
Yeah. Give me a little something.
Where's my mic? Oh, it's way over there.
I look like Don the engineer. I'm the talent. That's the bit you say. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm the talent. I'm the talent. I can't do anything.
That's my line.
I can't do anything.
That's my line. You're gonna knock that drink over.
I don't care. I'm the talent. Somebody come clean it up for me.
Mm-hmm. Why are you suddenly doing that?
Doing what?
You've been doing that. I'm just the talent a lot lately.
Oh, I have not.
Yeah, you have.
Just to you. I haven't used it like for real.
Now you're using it for our audience.
Well, to see how things really.
Well, that's my line. I'm just the talent.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is this testing? Is this you know what? We're having an electric storm outside and thunder and stuff. This might just, we don't know. Power could go off at any minute.
Hello, Angelina.
We'll see.
One of the prettiest names in the auditorium. Give me something.
I've been giving it to you. I thought you were looking.
Give me more.
Oh my gosh. Alan, I'm testing. He is obviously not even paying attention.
Huh? Lou Sass. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. Lou Sass. Please pick up the red courtesy phone.
Hear that thunder?
Unbelievable.
I know.
To say, I mean, it's not, I don't think it's showing up on the levels, so I don't even think you'd hear it. You know?
Ready?
Now, if the power goes out, we've got a problem.
We got a problem, but we got to try. Let's squeeze it in before the power goes out.
If the power goes out, we got a big problem.
Okay, well, let's get going. Just press the button.
What you trying to gyp the listener for?
Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans. This is my husband, my podcast partner, my podna, my man, my lover. I wish he was my baby daddy. Alan Evans.
Hey, Train in the house. That's not a bad intro. I kind of like all that.
That's kind of
What about your puppy?
a puppy,
What about your big papa?
my teddy bear,
Teddy bear.
my cuddle bunny,
Cuddle bunny.
cuddle buddy.
I'll tell you what. Hey, peek behind the kimono, guys. Let me pull back the kimono. Peek so you can peek behind it. Since we got that king bed,
We barely touch.
I mean, I knew it too. Remember, I used to say
We'll never get one.
years ago, I said, "Oh, I don't want a king bed because I won't be
You're
able
so far away.
You'll be so far away. I like this queen bed because I can always feel." That was the truth.
Yeah, it was the truth. And we went on one vacation to New York City. We stayed in the worst hotel room we've ever stayed in as a couple, and it had a king size bed. A lot of other stuff went into it, but the bed we were so far apart, we didn't touch, and we came home like, we're never getting a king size bed. I missed you. I didn't touch you all night. And then, oh well, that's what happens. We've been married almost 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, I reach over there now and I feel a dog.
I know. And we have the dog sleeping between us. Not good for sexy time. Let's just say that.
I feel a miniature schnauzer over there.
Yeah. She's too cute to kick her out of bed, though.
Yeah, she is kind of too cute to kick out of bed.
But anyway, yeah, we're king size bed people now. And we'll never go back.
Because we're big people.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about big people on this podcast, babe.
We're going to talk about other people.
Here's what, well, that's not a bad segue because we have a new segment this week.
We do.
I've named it too.
This is a surprise to me.
Yes, this is a brand new bit. So we're gonna talk about this brand new bit and what this is all about. If we have time, we have a feel-good story. We'll have time. I have a feel-good story.
Time.
Every once in a while, I like to just throw a feel-good story out there. Because let's face it, you watch the news.
That's not feel good stuff.
That's not going to make you feel good.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's why you tune into A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. You feel good here.
Do they even bother throwing those feel good stories on the end of newscasts anymore?
I don't know. I don't watch the news.
I don't know. We just stopped watching it. We really don't ever know what's going on, especially locally. There will be like a huge, catastrophic weather event. We're like, what's happening? My phone is showing partly cloudy and 73.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're caught off guard. Yeah.
Your wearables. Now you have a
Mhm.
wearable that tells you the weather.
So anyway, I'm glad to have a new bit, honey. That'll be something we can all look forward to, even me, because I don't know what he's talking about.
So alls I got to say is I got you.
Oh, honey, that makes me nervous.
Why?
The last time someone said to us, I got you, they did not have us.
That was the night you carried Emma Kellie.
That's right. After that kid, this waitress came up to us and she's like, I got you.
I got you.
And that was maybe the last time we saw her all night.
Yeah. Good call.
So whenever I hear the words, I got you, I feel like, no, you don't got me.
The world's nicest bad waiter that we had when Kristen was in town?
Yes.
Did he ever say I got you?
I'm trying to remember.
I think he might have.
He if he didn't say it,
it was just
it was his vibe.
It was his vibe. Yeah.
I got you.
I got you.
Eventually.
But I never got you.
No, he never had us. Alan.
Right.
Let's just, okay.
Well,
I'm still going to trust that you got me.
Trust me when I say tonight, I got you.
All right. I have to trust you. You're my man.
Because,
my honey.
yes.
My puppy.
Your
My
big
snuggle
papa.
buddy.
Big papa. Because this will be another Chode podcast.
Chode?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
It's going to be short. It's going to be stumpy. But it will have a breadth and a width of content.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that a vulgar term you just got me to say? Because you didn't change your voice.
Which word?
You said chode, and so
say that one more time, clearly this time.
Because apparently I'm saying something very vulgar.
Okay. Speaking of, I had a listener email me, and his name is Tony. Tony said,
they call me Tony.
Yeah.
That's from the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
Nationally syndicated. Tony said, Alan, I got you.
Uh-oh, no.
He is a sound editor.
Yeah.
And last podcast, I was debating you because I'm a master debater, and you were debating me about the change voice bit and why I do it. You're like, who's ever going to crop this out and use it out of context. It's never going to happen.
So somebody took it as a challenge.
And I'm like, babe, you've got to say controversial things in a different voice.
No.
And you disagree.
No, I disagree because I don't feel like anything I say is that controversial.
Okay. All I got to say is Tony and I are building a library, and he sent me some clean files to review. And you just wait. I'm going to spring these on you.
When I least expect it.
When you least expect it.
Great. Looking forward to it.
So listen closely, listener. Maybe not this podcast, but in the coming podcast.
Great. I can't wait.
Tell us a little bit about
Mother's Day?
Mother's Day. And then maybe even before that, I took you on an impromptu date. It was something different that we've never done. Maybe the listener wants to know what you did over your Mother's Day weekend.
They do? Yes, is that what the listener wants?
I think they do.
Well, on what day did we go? Friday? Did we go Saturday or Friday? We went Friday.
We went Friday. Friday afternoon. We went early Friday afternoon.
Yeah, so let's just go. We live up in the suburbs, the northern suburbs of Dallas. And so to go down to Dallas is like now going to a foreign city almost. You know, like when you go to the big city, that's what it feels like sometimes, and things change so much. But there's a place called Deep Ellum. When I first moved to Dallas in the 90s, that's where we hung out all the time. And in Dallas, things get kind of cyclical. It's like that was the big club scene for a while, but then a lot of crime went down there. And so people moved over to Lower Greenville. That's another area. And then that was hopping for a while. And then Lower Greenville got, then the bad element went to Lower Greenville. Then everybody moved over to McKinney Avenue. And then McKinney, it's just, and then it bounces back to Deep Ellum. It's just like the cycle. And right now, Deep Ellum is in the cycle where it's the hot place to go. And that's where all the tattoo parlors are, the majority of them. And so Alan is still not finished with his sleeves and said, hey, Kelly, why don't we go down and spend an afternoon checking out Deep Ellum? I'm going to go look at some tattoo books and get some ideas to finish off my sleeves. And we can just kind of walk around and see what's happening in Deep Ellum. And that's what we did.
Get some sushi.
We went to Deep Sushi, which has been there since the 90s, unless it's a new incarnation of it. I remember Deep Sushi from the 90s.
That was good sushi.
I was telling Alan, there used to be a place we used to go to all the time called Momo's Italian. We'd go there for dinner every time we went down to Deep Ellum. And there were, there's Gypsy Tea Room, and there was, the Green Room is still there. There was all these clubs this is the place where I went when Big Al, I got really, really drunk one night because I had just broken up with my boyfriend again, and everybody kept putting apple martinis in my hand. So I never had an empty martini. So I really lost track of how much I was drinking.
I understand.
Until I finally looked over at Big Al and I said, Big Al, I need to lie down right now. He said, okay, baby, I got you.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
This is going back to the 90s. Mm-hmm. Big Al got me. And he took me down to my car, which I managed to figure out where I was parked. And he put me in my car, laid the seat back, and told me to, close my eyes and go to sleep. He locked me in my car, and he told the hot dog vendor behind me, keep an eye on her. Don't let her leave. That's what Big Al did to me.
Why do your
Ellum I was so mad. I woke up, I heard, woohoo, like in the distance, and it woke me up. It was 4 a.m. I was alone in a parking lot in Deep Ellum, Texas. The hot dog vendor had long gone home. Kellie Rasberry was passed out asleep in the front seat of her car, very sober enough to drive home at 4 a.m. Let me just tell you that. But I was so mad. And my ex-boyfriend, even though we were not together, he wanted to kick Big Al's hiney. He's like, you should have called me. I would have come and gotten her. He was so mad. But he let the hot dog vendor watch me in Deep Ellum.
Okay, that was a bunny hole.
That was a bunny hole.
That went from Mother's Day weekend to Big Al and somebody wanting to kick his ass.
So anyway, we went back to Deep Ellum.
Now, wait a second.
Very nice.
You have a history. This is the second story you've told this week. I've heard these stories. The second story you've told this weekend about supposedly friends of yours that just leave you for dead.
I know.
They just leave you for dead.
Young and selfish. You know how it is. Everybody's having a good time.
Remember that time on New Year's Eve, you couldn't even walk?
Yeah, you took care
of me. What did
I
do?
You carried me upstairs.
Like a sack of potatoes.
You gave up your New Year's, ringing in the New Year's for me.
I fell on the ground with you.
Because you love me.
I could have just left you there in the ballroom.
But you love me, and you knew that's the woman I'm going to make my wife.
But all these other clowns.
We were just dating at the time.
All these other clowns, they just leave you for dead.
Yeah. Not you, honey. You loved me, and you still proposed. That's the shocking part of that story. So anyway, we went down to Deep Ellum. We went to look, and I was making everybody think I'm going to get a tattoo. Kellie Rasberry Evans is not getting a tattoo.
I floated the air biscuit out there. How about a little, a small state of South Kakalaki with a little old school 13 in it.
Right. Huh? Everybody really thinks I'm going to get one. So we walk in.
How much cash is there?
Not for me, because I know I'm not getting one. And we walk in there, and Alan's still keeping the ruse going for everybody on his Instagram, which he loves riling you guys up. And he goes to the man that's his tattoo, one of his 2 tattoo artists.
This is Shane.
And he
at Elm Street Tattoo.
Shane, thinking about Kellie getting a tattoo. He said, "Do you have any tattoos?" I said, "No." He said, "Then don't keep it that way." He said, "You are becoming a rarity."
Yes.
That pristine ivory skin, crystal clean, except for some freckles and age spots. He said, "Keep it that way." That's
exactly what he said.
"No problem, Shane."
Because he was all sleeved out, and his wife has no tattoos. He said, "I like the contrast." He was talking about us, I guess, and he.
Well, yes, we're very opposite.
Oh.
And more than just physical.
No kidding.
Physical looks. But anyway, so after that, we wandered off. Alan, he really liked this coffee shop we found down there.
Coffee was so good.
Remember, it was called Merit.
Merit,
MERIT.
And wish they had them up here.
Yeah,
I'd dump Starbucks in 2 seconds if they were up here.
But they don't have one near us. Then we had deep sushi. We went to Uncommon James. You know that store that Kristen Cavallari, when she had her show Very Cavallari, she had her online store Uncommon James. I wasn't invited to the grand opening.
Where was Kristen?
Well, she doesn't live
I was looking for her when I went in there.
Well, she was here for the grand opening, to which I was not invited. I don't know what I got to do to get invited to stuff. You know what happened? I moved to the suburbs. And then I started saying no to stuff that happened in the middle of the week because I was a single mom and it was hard for me to get out. And now I just don't get invited to squat
Not
anymore.
True. That's not true.
Well, I don't get invited to stuff I want to go to. Let's put it that way. But anyway, so we went into her store, didn't buy anything, just kind of looking around. Some guys were visiting from Boston and asked us for our advice on some things to see. Of course, I'm so happy to help. I love engaging.
I engaged too.
You did, honey. You did me proud.
They were hot.
They were very.
Well, wait a second. Let me rephrase.
They were very attractive.
They were attractive men. I believe they were a couple.
I didn't get that vibe.
I got that vibe.
I didn't, but it doesn't matter if they were or weren't.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying, I believe they were a couple.
2 guys had never been to Dallas before and were just checking it out from Boston.
And they were saying, "Man, it's hot." And I'm like, "Dude, this ain't hot. This is gorgeous."
It was like 82.
Yeah, it was like 82 and breezy. We're like, "Oh, this is great. This is why we're down here."
Well, compared to Boston, though.
Yeah, Boston.
That was Friday.
Then
we came home after that, right?
But no, we went and got mani-pedis.
We went and got mani-pedis. That's right. And then we came home.
I had somebody who also slipped into the DM. She goes, "You need to talk about these mani-pedis y'all get."
Why? What does it say?
Because I guess she just really likes them.
It's really surprising. I never did mani-pedis until I moved to Dallas. I just always used to do my own nails, my own toenails or something. But when you move to Dallas, things are different. Well, and it's probably, now in Florence, South Carolina, they have all these nail salons and places. But when I lived there, we did not. And this is in the early 90s. And so when I moved here, I got mani-pedis. I started to go to a hair salon and let them color my hair. Before I moved here, I colored my own hair. And I did a great job. Now with quarantine and everything, I started doing it again. But yeah, we just go. Alan had never had a mani-pedi ever. And
didn't need one.
Well, you didn't need one. Your hands and feet are naturally gorgeous, but just because he'd never had one, I surprised him with one for Valentine's Day weekend. And it turns out that night he proposed to me. So that worked out really well. And you loved it so much. If you find out I go get my nails done without you, you're hurt.
I don't know why more men don't do it.
It's
I
really
don't
nice.
understand why. I see men in there, a few. I mean, but for every 10 ladies, there's one guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and sometimes there's no men
But
in there.
it's a good thing to do. Now that you got to take care of your feet. Some of these old men I see walking around with sandals and stuff, it's like, you got to be kidding me.
Look like that corn nuts super glued to their toenails.
It's bad. And their heels,
like vulture feet.
And I try everything I can to keep my heels still crack anyway because of the summer and sandals and stuff. Imagine if I didn't go get regular mani-pedis.
Be like a rhino pad. Be like an elephant pad.
But my Mother's Day, I flat out asked for what I wanted. This is what I've learned. Don't let them surprise you, Mom. You tell them what you want and you get it. That's what I found. And all I told my daughter was, I want you to go to dinner with me. I want you to go to dinner. I want you to take me to dinner. That's it. I said, but it has to be a restaurant where you sit down and they give you a menu.
Yeah.
Hand you a handheld menu.
So not fast food.
That was my parameters.
No Chick-fil-A. No McDonald's.
Hand us a menu. Not where you go and order from the, like Chipotle, you order off the board and sit down. No. I wanted to go to a restaurant where you sat down and they handed you a menu. So that was the parameters.
So that would eliminate Chipotle.
Everywhere.
That would eliminate Rosa's.
Anything that didn't have a menu, they hand you.
Is Zoe's Kitchen still kicking?
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah. I like Zoe's. Anyway. So she said yes. And my daughter, and I was like, well, I got dressed up. This is a big deal. This is Saturday night. And Alan went out with a friend of ours. So my daughter and I could have a lovely mother-daughter dinner. And Emma Kellie owns exactly 2 dresses. And she's had them for approximately 2 or 3 years. And she's grown quite a bit since then.
Yeah.
But that's all she had. And so she was able to zip up this dress she wore to Sydney's bat mitzvah, I think 2.5 years ago. We made it work. And she wanted me to give her a little cat eye. I tried and I rolled her hair. She wanted her hair rolled and she looked so cute. She wore this little strappy dress and her Doc Martens. She's loving 90s fashions because we've been watching Gilmore Girls. She's loving all that stuff. And we went to dinner and of course I was going to pay. I mean, I was just so happy she went with me and she had delightful conversation.
Either
with
way,
me.
You're paying.
Well, I give her allowance.
Well, either way, you're paying.
But I give her allowance.
Yeah, right.
I was going to put down my credit card and say,
right.
She said, no, I insist.
Wow.
She insisted on paying with her. She has a little debit card for her allowance money.
If somebody says they insist, you have to do it.
And it was so sweet. And, but the thing I noticed is they're not teaching cursive. Emma Kellie printed her name on the credit card receipt. They're not teaching cursive in school anymore.
So how does she write her name?
She printed it.
Does she have a signature?
She printed Emma Kellie Rasberry. She said, do I have to put my whole name? The line's not long enough. I said, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because it's hyphenated with her dad's
That'd be
name.
a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. So then we came home and watched a couple back-to-back Gilmore Girls. It was the perfect, that was exact. And I told her I wanted her to clean her room. So we came home. In her clean room, we watched Gilmore Girls. She picked up all of her clothes off the floor. I said, that's what I wanted for Mother's Day. And then Alan made me breakfast. He was very sweet to me. So, very nice Instagram post. It was very sweet. And then we went to your mom's house on Saturday and my mom's house on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And we just had a really great time with our moms.
Pretty low key.
Very low key. But it doesn't always have to be, gigantic or anything like that.
It doesn't always have to be gigantic.
Oh, and we went to Saturday morning, I said, we had to do what you wanted to do on Friday. Let's go to this farmer's market. They have a farmer's market in the parking lot of this mall right a mile from our house. Everybody on the Nextdoor app's been talking about it, Alan. I was so excited. It opened at 9. I wanted to be there at 9 so we could have the first fruits of the farmer's labor. We got there. There was one tent with fruits and vegetables, one. The rest of it was spiced pecans, jars of pickles, hand-poured candles. Somebody made their own hand-knotted rugs. There was, what else, honey? Aprons.
Candles.
And little, there were some flowers.
Hand-poured candles?
And I finally, and like magnets.
Succulents.
And I went up to the guy at the pickles and I was like, what's the deal? I thought this was supposed to be a farmer's market. Where are all the food and, the produce people? He said they won't come because they don't want the competition. so that the only girl there is the one grower, and she was, lovely, but I was expecting like all these stands of fruits and vegetables, and
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't you do a little bit of that, and then I'll do a little bit of what happened to us when we left the farmer's market.
All right.
So you do a little bit of that, and I'll do a little bit.
Quit telling me what to do,
Oh,
Alan.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you liked it when I took charge.
Not when you do that. Do that. I don't like that.
Oh, okay. So,
right,
so that's another bit. You're
just
making
kind
me
of be
eliminate?
like, just kind of go or something.
Because I have a lot of
signal.
I have a lot of people tell me they missed the whistle.
No, that really hurts me. It physically hurts me.
Physical pain.
It causes me physical pain.
Does it cause you mental distress?
That too, because it causes me physical pain. The fact that you do it anyway is mentally and emotionally disturbing.
All right.
Look, I was doing a story for the Showbiz Top 5 just this morning for the Kid Craddock Morning Show, and it's about Lizzo. The singer Lizzo, and she's always seemed so confident, so happy. They're always like, she's about body positivity and things like that. But Friday night, she was so overcome with sadness, and she was so distraught. She went on TikTok. And she said she was just crying. And she said, I feel like I'm a burden to the people around me. I don't feel like there's anybody I can talk to. And so her thought was, I'll go on TikTok. And all I wanted to do is tell her, like I'm telling all of you right now, we all go through sad times. Even though we look like we've got the world by the tail and we're doing great, there are those times when we're sad, we're depressed, we feel like we don't have anybody to talk to. But BetterHelp is available. BetterHelp can match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can connect with and start communicating in under 48 hours. And it's not a crisis line. It is not self-help. This is professional counseling, all done securely online. And after you're matched, you can send a message to your counselor anytime. You get timely, thoughtful responses. You can also schedule a weekly phone or video session if you want that eye-to-eye contact, but you never have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room again. And anything you share is completely confidential. BetterHelp's committed to making sure you're matched with the right therapist for your specific issues, your needs. And if you're not feeling it's the right match for you, BetterHelp makes it easy and free to change counselors. Plus, it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available.
And we want you to start living a happier life today. So as a listener of ours, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at BetterHelp.com/sandwich. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sandwich.
Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast. Honey, what did you want to share after the...
Well, just real quick. So as we're leaving the farmer's market, Kelly and I are just leaving we weren't bummed. We found some nice little gifts for my mom. We found some stuff for my mom and your mom and your dad, my dad.
Yeah, we got some stuff.
And we were it was a nice morning. It was quiet. There wasn't a lot of traffic on the roads. Well, we're going under an underpass, and I'm trying to take a left onto the access road that runs by this big highway, which is the North Dallas Tollway. Well, we notice across the street, there's this big semi, and it's trying to make a right turn into this residential area. And we're just sitting there at the light, and I'm telling Kelly, babe, that semi shouldn't be going into that residential area.
Oh, it was going up on the median and the grass. It was kind of stuck.
It was a really long one. It was a wide load thing.
He just did not navigate that very well.
I don't know what he was doing, but I was telling Kelly, if Plano's police officer sees him, they're going to probably pull him over and give him a ticket and say, you can't be doing
that.
Yeah, so we just watched that truck kind of do that buffoonery and then didn't really think anything of it. Well, then my light turns green arrow.
To turn left.
I look to my right. Coast is clear. I just glance. Coast is clear. I pull out in the intersection, and I didn't go right into the left lane. I go into there's 3 lanes on the access road. I go into the middle lane, and not 2 or 3 seconds after I start straightening out the car, I hear somebody hitting the brakes really hard.
Bam!
And then bam! And then just all this debris kind of just goes past our car. I'm like, holy, what was... So I let go of the wheel because I was so surprised, and we stopped. I hit the brakes and we stopped. I thought we had been hit.
Yeah, and for a minute there, I thought that too, but I was like, but I didn't feel anything. But all this plastic is flying everywhere.
All this crap flew by us, and then this car, and we're not exaggerating. Kelly and I both think that this car had to be going at least 70 miles an hour. At least.
It was bad. Flew through the red light.
Right through that red light, because I had the green arrow, so they had a solid red. And I'm like, oh my God, I thought we had been hit. I asked Kelly, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. No, we weren't hit. So I started, we started driving again. I looked behind me. The cars that were at that red light were still sitting there.
Yeah. And
there was all this crap in the intersection.
They were probably freaking out too.
Yeah, because they just almost saw a wreck.
I told Alan, it's like, if he would have just pulled out a little, he had every right to pull out in the far lane. He could have chosen any lane he wanted to at that moment. We would not be sitting here right now having this conversation with you guys. It was, and people don't ever want to hear about those almost accidents you have or that nightmare you had. It never translates very well.
Right.
But truly, this was one of those moments. It's like, that would have been it. He was going that fast. If he would have hit us, it would have been it.
So the more I thought about it after that happened, the angrier I got, because what the car did, it kept going. It didn't stop.
Oh, it was zooming.
Yeah, he was weaving around, and then he got into the left underpass lane to loop back around and go south.
Yeah. Because
we were going north. So Kelly and I were just thinking, well, that had to be a hit and run, and he was trying to get away from somebody.
That's what we think. And we were like, we think maybe what he hit was like piece of his own bumper falling off. Like he must have, we surmised in our sleuthing that quickly that he must have hit somebody and his bumper must have been falling off, and then it fell off as he zoomed through the intersection and he hit it and it exploded, because there was nothing in the road.
No other car got hit.
And there was nothing in the road until he
bam.
There
was nothing in the intersection.
Yeah, it was so scary. And but I don't know. It was just awful. So we don't know what happened. We never heard. I never heard. We don't watch local news, so I don't know if there was a hit and run or anything on this whole way.
It just felt weird because it was one of those mornings where everything was calm, everything was fine. We
just never know.
We go to the farmer's market, just fiddle farting around, get in the car, driving home. Hear that thunder? And then we were a foot. I would say a foot or two
from our destiny.
From rolling down the access road. No exaggeration. If that car had hit us at that speed, that wouldn't have been good.
It would not have been good. Yeah, but thank God it did not.
Thank God it did not hit us at that speed.
Anyway.
Okay, here's the new bit that we have.
You mean our near tragedy was not the new bit?
That wasn't the new bit.
We won't have one every week to share.
No, because we don't really have many things like that happen to us. That was pretty wild for us. I have a new bit, and this actually started last week when we talked about Bill and Melinda Gates and his muse.
Yes.
And we kind of delved into that relationship. You gave some hot sports opinions that were a little surprising.
Yeah, I can see, because they're weird, eccentric billionaires. Their minds don't work like ours do. And, we talked about this on the Kid Craddock Morning Show, and it got into a shouting match over this.
Was Al shouting at you?
He was yelling.
Well, about what?
About no way, yeah. But, this is the thing I was telling Al. I said, you just can't out shout someone to make your point.
I heard you say that.
That's not an argument. That's just shouting someone down until they finally just shut up and stop talking. Oh, you won the argument. Oh, because I just got tired of trying to talk over you.
Yeah.
But then people get mad at me.
Joy Behar.
Well, then people get mad. You should see my DMs about how, I don't ever let anyone else speak. I was like, wow. I couldn't get in a word edgewise.
Wow.
Oh, you don't even know. You don't even know the half of my DMs.
Done. Okay. Well, anyway, we started talking about that last week. So this is a new segment called Kelly and Alan's Unstable Relationship Corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kelly and Alan's Unstable Relationship Corner.
Why are you pausing? To make people think we have problems?
That's the name of the segment. Kelly and Alan's Unstable Relationship Corner.
Why are you doing that? And who's calling you on your watch? Mission Impossible.
It's a 713 number. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, so yeah, Kelly and Alan's Unstable Relationship Corner, where we delve into interesting relationships. We'll read you some details. We will judge. We will.
Who are we to judge?
We will give hot sports opinions from our ivory tower.
Okay. We're going to throw stones from our glass house.
We will throw stones from our glass house. These are people in the public eye. And we will get into some relationship talk regarding this week, Jeff Bezos. You know who he is.
Is it Bezos or Bezos? I
say Bezos.
Well, you like to annoy people.
You can say whatever you want. But this is an article from the New York Post. I found it very interesting. Amazon executives, they suspected that Bezos was going to divorce his wife when he noticed that their boss was taking an unusually keen interest in helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden he's interested in helicopters.
Oh, probably because he watches The Bachelor a lot and The Bachelorette, and he knows that the way to win somebody's heart is you take them on a helicopter ride.
Well, they found this unusual because this is a mode of transportation that apparently Bezos has always despised. So he hates helicopters.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden he likes helicopters.
Because he's in love with somebody else.
So in the summer of 2018, the married founder of Amazon, he was secretly dating Laura Sanchez.
Y'all, Laura Sanchez has a history.
The owner of Black Ops Aviation and a helicopter pilot in her own right. She
knows how to bag a rich guy, and she has progressively dated up the food chain, I guess you call it, the money train, whatever you want to call it. Every guy she gets with, more money, more money, more money.
Well, she landed this is the Blue Marlin.
Yeah. Where else could she go? There's nowhere else to go from here.
Company executives were perplexed when they noticed the budget changes for Black Ops, which Bezos had hired to film a test flight for his secretive Blue Origin space enterprise, according to Brad Stone's Amazon Unbound book, Amazon Unbound, Jeff Bezos and the Invention of a Global Empire. Quote, it was another unfathomable shift to contemplate because as they all knew, Jeff Bezos hated helicopters. The voluptuous Sanchez, a former anchor at Fox News in Los Angeles. Now that's interesting.
But not like it's just like the local Fox affiliate.
Yeah.
And she was also, I think she tried to be an entertainment correspondent for like Extra or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't have the article in front of me.
Yeah. In Los Angeles, was by Bezos' side for the 9th test flight of the New Shepard rocket. So this guy is like testing rockets now? Or was? Was at his sprawling Texas ranch in July 2018. Sanchez was also married at the time to celebrity agent Patrick Whitesell, a chair of Endeavor Talent Agency who introduced his wife to Bezos in 2016. But it's unclear when the affair began.
Very shortly after that introduction, I have a feeling.
Okay. Until their affair was revealed by the National Enquirer months later, the guarded Bezos carried on with an intact marriage with Mackenzie, his wife of 25 years and the mother of their 4 kids.
Well, she was busy with the kids.
In April 2018, the world's richest man even took his family on vacation to an ice hotel in Norway to celebrate her birthday. But by the fall,
that's not where I want to go.
Norway?
I'm sorry.
You don't want to go to ice hotel?
Do I want to go freeze my ass off? No.
No?
Have you ever been to the Gaylord Texan when they do the ice sculptures thing? No.
I've been to Winnipeg.
No.
I've been to Toronto in December. That's pretty cold. I've been to Buffalo, New York in November. That's cold. By the fall of 2018, Amazon executives had noticed that their usually very focused boss was distracted and increasingly hard to locate. And the helicopters he once hated had become something of an obsession. Bezos' holding company purchased one, and Amazon's unpopular proposal to include helipads at a proposed second headquarters in Long Island came right from the top. And that deal was secured in 2019. Here's a quote from Bezos. Just to set the record.
If you're doing a quote from him, don't do that.
I don't want to read this in my voice.
Well, I'll read it. I can't listen to that voice for a whole quote.
Just to set the record straight, I did have a relationship with this woman, said Bezos. He told his top executives as he tried to get ahead of the Enquirer's revelations, which include leaked photos.
Yeah.
And steamy texts.
Yeah, they had no choice. They had to come clean.
But the story is completely wrong and out of order. said Bezos. Mackenzie and I have had a good, healthy adult conversation about it.
I'm sure.
She is fine. The kids are fine.
Yeah, because she got a few billion.
The media is having a field day. All of this is very distracting. So thank you for being focused on the business. Bezos announced his divorce on January 9, 2019. Tweet as the Inquirer story shocked the world. Dozens and current former employees were surprised and disappointed by Bezos' affair. Most of all, they were shocked by a new truth. Their infallible and righteous leader was, after all, a flawed human.
There you go. He is a horny man.
What?
Hey, Lauren Sanchez worked it. She worked that and she got what she wanted. Congratulations. But what? Why you show me your picture?
That's reference material. Like. You don't have to acknowledge it on the podcast.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to look at her. I've seen her. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. There used to be a time when you were the other woman and you were having an affair. You were embarrassed. You know, you wouldn't show up on their arm on the red carpet grinning from ear to ear because you slept with a married man while you also were married. That's an embarrassing thing. That's a shameful thing. But now it's like, screw it. Who cares? I got him. And you know what? His ex-wife has gone on. She recently got married to like, her kids go to a private school, obviously. And she like married the biology teacher.
Really?
Yes. She got married.
Well, he knows
she's been spending all that money. They're doing charity work. She like gives lots of money to charity. And this is a normal man that she met through her kid's school.
Think they have a prenup?
I would imagine.
She kind of looks like a Kat Von D starter kit.
You know, a lot of women envy her.
She's
attractive.
Well, she's had a lot of work done.
Yeah, she's had a lot of work done. She's a very attractive woman. I mean, she was a really up and coming, thing in LA.
She was?
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, you said she was on Fox.
Well, she owns her own company.
She was, I don't have like all the stuff. She was like doing like an extra correspondent or some sort of like Live with Regis show type thing. I don't remember. She might have even auditioned to replace somebody on that.
So I think the reason this caught my eye is because ladies or guys, if you notice that your significant other
suddenly wants a helicopter,
say they're just a big couch potato and their favorite thing to do is just sit on the couch and watch TV.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they're like really into rollerblading.
Yeah. Just something like so out of character.
Yeah. So out of character.
And they're suddenly like losing weight.
Right.
And dressing nicer.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
That doesn't always mean something.
Not always. It could be a midlife crisis.
Right.
But if it's something so out of character, yeah, you better find out what's the hidden meaning behind. Or they could be going through a midlife crisis, and while they're doing that thing they really are interested in, like going to the gym or whatever.
Sure.
There's that hot little girl working out in her sports bra. She's got her eye. She doesn't care if they're wearing a ring or not.
Those tights that like they like hold each bun.
Accentuate.
Yeah, they hold each bun in place. Have you ever seen those?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a pair of those?
I don't have.
I don't know what the brand name is. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They kind of got that waffle pattern on them.
Yeah.
And they make each bun very pronounced.
Very individual.
Not that I've been looking. That's
that's what they're there for.
I mean, I've seen pictures.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter, when you get so rich and so wealthy as like Bezos, your toys and your interests just become bigger.
Yeah.
Your houses become bigger, your vacations become more extravagant. And instead of like, well, I'm going to get off the couch and go rollerblading, he's like, oh shit, I'm going to fly a helicopter.
Yeah.
I mean, so that was way out of character for him.
Well, they said he hated it. I mean, I wouldn't think a rich man having a toy helicopter is that weird.
But he never
that she has the helicopter company.
Exactly.
Anyway, but like the rich people, they're always looking for the next thrill. And you like, okay, what's the next thrill? Oh, well, having an affair with this little hottie toddy. That's thrilling. I don't know.
Give me an over and under on how many years you think this will last.
I have no idea. I don't think they ever got married, he and Lauren. I have no idea.
I mean, would you get married if you were Jeff Bezos?
Not at this point.
Oh, dude.
You'd have to have such an ironclad prenup at this point.
Oh, my gosh. Just don't do it.
But why would you at this point?
I would not.
She's obviously doesn't care about that.
No. You fly your helicopters. He could.
But don't you think
He can do anything he wants in a helicopter.
If you're dating the world's richest man, at some point you have to have the conversation. So
what's the deal?
Yeah. What's in it for me?
What's in it for me?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That has to come up. Because his lawyers are involved. She's probably got people in one side of her head too.
How do you even have a relationship?
We can never understand that. It's such a different world. It's like when people are celebrities or ultra rich, they live in such an alternate universe that we can't understand. Like us sitting here at home watching it on TV and looking on the internet, we're like, that's so stupid. But you don't understand. Nobody ever says no to them. These are people who, like these kids, like a Justin Bieber or somebody that's never told no. They're surrounded by ass kissers 24/7. People that laugh extra hard at their jokes. If they just look funny, oh, you're the funniest person in the world. They think they can do no wrong. They're superhuman,
Yeah.
And so when things go wrong for them, they can't cope. It's just a different world. I don't know that I can handle it. I think that's why God said, Kelly, I'm going to keep you right down here.
What does that mean?
Keep you where he's like, I've had a very successful career. I'm very, very blessed. My ego is completely satisfied. But I think God said, Kelly, I can't trust you with more than that.
You married a very successful man.
I did, honey. But I'm saying that I would probably be horrible.
He likes Paul Flarts on Instagram. Watches fart videos.
Right. That's how God gave me you to keep me humble.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to start another bit too, but I don't think we have time this week. I want to start interesting Instagram accounts I follow. I follow a supermodel now. She's 6'9".
6'9"?
She's the world's tallest supermodel.
Whoa.
6'9".
What makes her a supermodel? Or she's just a model?
She's not a supermodel.
Yeah.
She's very attractive.
See, everybody on Instagram is now suddenly a supermodel.
Well, she's the most well-known model that's tall. That's tall. 6'9". So there are a lot of pictures of her like with normal-sized people, and they look like dwarfs.
It looks almost like Photoshop.
Yeah, but it's not. She's like 6'9". She's legit 6'9". Anyway, I'll give you her account. I can't remember it. I don't want to look it up right now.
That's coming on the next podcast.
Yeah.
Gives you all a reason to come back.
Well, that was, we won't do this bit every podcast, but we will talk about Kellie and Alan's unstable relationship corner in other podcasts.
Why do you keep doing that?
Doing what?
Quit pausing.
Why?
This is annoying.
It's a pregnant pause.
All right. Something's got to be pregnant around here, I guess.
Well,
it ain't gonna be me.
Well, and it certainly ain't gonna be me. So
true. It
ain't gonna be Zoe either.
No, every woman around here is incapable of that.
Incapable of that. Zoe got fixed. Zoe has a tattoo because
so
she
weird.
has a little stitch, a green stitch where she got sewn up.
Yeah, but it's like
it's stained.
It's like stained. It's like a tattoo on her tummy, y'all. We need to sign off this podcast because there's a storm coming in, and if this thing gets shut off, it might erase everything we just did.
That wouldn't be good.
That would not be good. So let's go ahead and wrap this up because seriously, there's like a big thunderstorm coming in.
Bring it home for Jerome?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to turn this off. It's starting to make me nervous.
It's making you nervous?
That was a big lightning clap. I don't mind thunderstorms and lightning storms. I just don't want our podcast to disappear.
The model's Instagram is at ekaterina_LISINA15.
All right. There you go.
So look for that one.
Look that up.
At ekaterina.
And who do we have to thank in the podcast audience for sharing that?
In our live studio audience, that is one of our very, very best customers, Melissa Hecht.
Thank you, Melissa.
Hey, do you want to open our present real quick?
Go ahead real quick because I don't want the power to go out.
Okay, it's not. It's not going to go out. All right, guys. We got a present here.
I don't know what's going on with everybody sending Alan all these presents like it's a competition of some sort.
It's not a competition. This one's from Renda, one of our very best customers. Renda.
Wow. Those are for me.
Brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts.
Renda, I'm not allowed to have these right now. I've got to be in a bathing suit. Okay, let's see. How bad
It's very hard to do with one hand. Hello, hand. Let's see. A
squeaky toy for the dogs. It's a banana dog.
A banana dog. Check that out.
Cute.
That's
cute.
Cool.
And brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts, which is my favorite. Another toy for the dog. That's nice.
Wow. So there you go. A present for you and a present for the dogs.
And an envelope that says
an
Alan.
envelope that says Alan.
Here, let me hold your microphone. What are you doing?
You know, this is a Mickey Mouse operation.
Yeah, it is.
And that's an insult to Mickey Mouse. Oh, cool. I got a patch. Let me see what it says. I can't wait to put this on my hat. Oh, it says, it says asshole merit badge.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it really does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huh.
Oh.
Thanks, Renda.
Wow, Renda. Wow. Oh, there's a note.
Oh, a handwritten note?
You're doing this all with one hand.
Oh, I know. Hello, hand.
Oh, and Zoe and Larry got top billing. The note.
Dear Zoe, Larry, Alan, and Kellie.
Oh, well, it's okay. I got Pop-Tarts.
We all know the secret to getting our letter read on the podcast. So I decided to up my odds and start this off with one of the fur babies. Larry and Zoe, I have enclosed a toy for each of you. I hope you share.
No, they won't.
But we all know how brothers and sisters are. And more than likely, you will each pick one and keep it from the other. Kellie, I know how you love this flavor of Pop-Tarts.
I do.
Here, let me look at the nutritional.
Don't.
Hold on, I just
You're
want to
bogging
see.
down. It's bad.
4 servings per container.
Well, each packet has 2 Pop-Tarts.
13 fats.
Okay, honey.
68 carbs.
Okay, thank you. Stop it.
And 4 proteins.
Stop it.
I know how you love this flavor of Pop-Tarts. I would love to have bought a double box, but I have heard you mention if you have these in the house, you will eat them all.
What am I going to do, Alan? This is such a temptation.
So enjoy this one box. Alan, we have all seen the post from Brandy Fisher on the ASASL fan page, so I took it upon myself to order you a BOTA badge. BOTA is Battle of the Assholes.
What post is she talking about?
I think Brandy posted a picture of said badge.
Oh.
And then
You
Renda
said you will always win the battle.
and then Renda actually bought me the badge. I should have put this badge on this hat instead of the hat that I put it on. Yeah, she ordered me a BOTA badge. I hope you sew it on your Speedo for Mexico and wear it with pride. I was planning on going to the family podcast vacation this year, but after going through a recent breakup, I thought it would be best to wait until 2022. The FOMO this year is overwhelming, but you can be for sure I will be there next year. In closing, I want to tell you both how much I love watching and listening to the podcast.
Thank you.
I've made some awesome friends in the ASL family, thanks to y'all. I've loved meeting both of you in February at Oat.
Yeah.
Thanks for the memories that night. Continue keeping all of us smiling, laughing, and crying because we all love the buffoonery. Love you desperately, Brenda.
Renda. You said Renda.
I said Renda.
You said Brenda the last time.
I said Renda.
You said love you desperately, Brenda.
I said Renda.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee. Tea. I said coffee. No, tea. I said Renda.
Wow.
Right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Renda. We love you desperately.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. All members, please gather around. Gather around.
We're supposed to be signing off before the power goes out, Alan.
I have an announcement.
What?
Oh, yay. Oh, yay.
What?
To all listening, on May 10, 2021, so it is written, so it is done. Renda Grogan, we bestow you presidential very best customer status. The status shall never be revoked.
Yay.
You can even send me an asshole merit badge and you will get presidential status if you write a handwritten note. That's the lesson there.
All right, honey. Good lessons. Good presents. Thank you, Renda. That's very sweet.
All right. Well, anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately. Tonight, we love Renda Grogan very desperately.
And we hope your heart heals very soon.
Yes, we do. And I'm sure we'll podcast again real soon.
Mm-hmm.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
That's annoying after a while.
Look at this thing. That thing's funny. I love it. Thank you, Melissa.
What are we calling this podcast?
Brenda, I had one hand. Hello, hand. And I was having a problem getting in here because I didn't have my knife.
What did you call this
So
bit?
I hope I didn't forget something.
What did you call this bit?
Oh, Kellie and Alan's unstable relationship corner. Love it. I love this. Asshole merit badge. This is great. Renda, that is so funny. This is kind of a meaningless, well, it's not, I guess it's not a meaningless story, but I had an Elm Street Tattoo hat, and I bought it at Elm Street Tattoo, but it was this grandpa looking hat. Like when I put it on, it was one of those ones that was real tall like that. So I ripped the patch off and I bought this black hat, which I liked at Nordstrom Rack. It's like a Hurley or something. See the Hurley logo. And I took it to my tailor and I said, can you put that Elm Street Tattoo patch on this black hat? She's like, yeah, sure. So Kellie just went and picked it up today. Had I had this, it might have gone right there. I guess I'll have to get another hat. That's what I'll do. I'll get another hat and put the patch like that, so I could proudly wear my asshole merit badge. But that's it. Yeah, that's totally, my tailor totally put that on something. Maybe the Speedo, who knows? Maybe the Speedo. Oh, man. Bye, Melissa. Amy, I think, well, it's you, Sam, Mel, Renda. Who am I missing? I haven't been, oh, Andrea Gullidge, right? I named Andrea Gullidge, didn't I?
I think so.
I think I did. I think we only have 5. It's not handing them out like hotcakes. I think we only have 5. I think.
What was her name? The mistress's name? Sanchez, Lauren.
Lauren Sanchez. Lauren Dirty Sanchez.
Did you get something else in the box, or was that it? You thought there might be something else in there?
No, that was everything. Larry. Oh, and Elizabeth. Duh. Elizabeth. We need to the podcast admin not admin. The podcast secretary needs to keep up with this.
Who is that again?
Andrea. Because our presidential customers are Mel, Sam, Amy, Renda, Elizabeth, and Andrea. I think that there's 6, I think. Right? I believe so. Andrea, are you a presidential customer? I think. Did I name you presidential? I don't know. You could tell me I did, and I won't know. And Liz, that's right. And Liz, Elizabeth and Liz. Liz Key and Elizabeth Betts, because we had the big kerfuffle. Yeah, and Andrea is too. Right. Okay, thank you. Ah. Yes. Okay. So I think we're caught up. Mel, Sam, Amy, Andrea.
Did you say something to her about that?
No. That's why I forwarded you that. Didn't say one word about it. I don't even know how she knew about that. That's why I sent that to you. We were just going back and forth on the date, and then she surprised me with that today. And I'm like, why would I say anything like that?
Once this blows over my ass. That's fine. I don't want to do it anyway. People are so ridiculous. All right. Sorry. I've got to go. I promised my daughter I'd watch another Gilmore Girls with her.
Are you going to watch upstairs? Because I might watch it
Yes,
here.
honey.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you. Hey, Mel. There she goes. Everybody said bye since you did.
I love you.
Since you didn't. I don't know what she named it, Sarah or Yvette. Here, hold on. I can tell you. A sandwich and some unstable relationship. Who bribed Alan? A sandwich and some unstable relationship. Whoa. Thank you, Mel. Love you too. Mel, I'm getting excited for Mexico. Are you getting excited? I think we're under 60 days now. I think it's 50, I don't know, 57 or 56 days or something like that. I'm getting excited. Hey, Tanya. I didn't know you were in there. We're getting close. Tanya, you and your husband have been working on your fitness. You guys have been crushing it. Oh, wow. Have fun in Hawaii, Yvette. That's great. Angie, you're not chopped liver. Are you going? I didn't know if you were going or not going. Did you decide to go or? Oh, Amy. I don't need to try that Speedo on. I know it's going to fit. I need to get the flesh colored one though. I still haven't got the flesh colored Speedo. A lot of people sent me links. I'm gonna have to go back and. Yeah. I'm going to have to go back and figure out where the flesh colored Speedo is coming from. Oh shit. There's a phone call I got during the podcast and I have to Etsy. Yeah. Etsy. I think it was Etsy. I think I need to. Oh, okay. Well, I understand. It's hard to get away for a whole week, you know? Etsy. I'm going to have to go check out Etsy. Yeah, Liz, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a big group. I got to figure out a way for everybody to communicate. I guess I can do it on an app. I don't know if that's better or to do a separate Facebook group just for the people going to Mexico. So if I need to say, everybody meet here for the cocktail party or meet here for the vow renewal, or hey, we're all going, a big group of us are going here to play volleyball at X time, we can send messages like that, Yeah, maybe group me. We'll figure it out. We still have time for that. Okay, Katie, I may hit you up for some help on that. I did the app 2 years ago. The problem it's not a problem. It's such a big group that, with a sports team or something, that's one thing where you've got like 20 parents. But if you got 120 plus people you got to get a message to, it might be easier to just do it in Facebook because everybody can just join the group. So I'm kind of leaning towards Facebook because everybody has Facebook. Some people don't like downloading the app, trying to figure it out. Like I use them all the time because for sports, Quick Club and WhatsApp. But we may just do the Facebook group. Okay, Katie. No rush. I'll hit you up sometime. Because that's on my to-do list, try to figure out how to communicate with everybody going to Mexico. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I'm going to go watch some Ink Masters. I'm getting back. Back into that. What oven?
Toaster oven.
I turned it off.
It's still on. How is it still on?
I don't know.
Oh, you turned it all the way down to stay on.
Oh.
Instead of off.
Glad I didn't burn the house down. Smash. Okay. Night, y'all. Love you guys.